Alrighty, guys. Well, welcome to the party. I really appreciate this giant crowd out here. I think this is a really, really cool deal that you guys do for all these exhibitors with Showmanship. I tell you guys what, the last 2 days I've had the privilege to sort through this goat show and the pig show, and you guys have an absolutely phenomenal group of kids here showing. Give all these kids a big round of applause. We got 4 exhibitors out here that I think do an absolutely amazing job. There's some minute differences out here. For me, though, there's one person that, man, when they came in the gate from the initial heat there, I thought that, you know what, that person right there, that's probably going to win the deal. And I tell you what, they've kept it up all the way through. And then when I went around there that last time I asked a question, I just went by to kind of see what they'd say. I asked what their goat weighed. There was one person there that just didn't hesitate at all, was very, very confident in their answer. There were a couple others that had to think about it just for a minute. But I tell you what, there's one person out here that did an absolutely stellar job. I'm going to go out here and shake the hand of your champion, and then we'll get back around here and find a reserve, third and fourth. But give these kids another big round of applause. I thought for reserve it got a little bit closer here. I thought there was another exhibitor that really pushed that champion pretty hard in terms of eye contact and intensity from the moment they hit the ring until all the way through. For me, the deciding factor was that, you know, that last second there, they just didn't quite have quite as confident an answer, which really blew my mind because I tell you what, he's been dead on the rest of the time. This young man's going to be reserved. The really close call was between third and fourth here. I thought both those young ladies did an absolutely stellar job. For me, one of them just is a little bit more comfortable on the head of that goat, just kind of gets that goat set how I like it. So I'll go out here and I'll select third and fourth, but give these kids a round of applause. These are absolutely wonderful kids out here.
All right, congratulations, juniors. So for our fifth place is Evie Pack. Fourth place is Riley Averett. Third is Josie Nagel. Our reserve champion junior is Ty Knopp. And our grand champion junior and coming back for our selection of the overall goat showman will be Paisley Bardwell. Congratulations, juniors. Thank you very much. You may exit the ring now. Okay. We're ready for our intermediates. Can we have Cruz Knopp, Cameron Barnhart, Sophia Zentner, Ella Johnson, Emerson Thompson, and Courtney Ross please enter the ring. And this is your class.
I think another really, really good group of showmen here. I tell you guys what, all 6 of these kids are very, very good. We turned the heat up in the intermediate division, and it's definitely really hot in here. I'm glad we got these fans going because these kids are really, really good. Give these kids all a big round of applause. However, for me today, there's one exhibitor out here that is just so smooth and so flawless in the way that they move around the head of the goat and they get that goat set, and it's absolutely incredible actually to watch just how smooth their transitions are. They get that foot placement right every single time. They did one little thing that I just kind of had to laugh to myself about. When I came around the front of the goat there, they went to drop the halter and pull it off, but I don't care. She's still going to win this deal. I thought for second and third it got a lot closer. I got one exhibitor out here that is very, very similar to our champion, does a great job at moving around that goat. For me, every once in a while, if you watch those front feet, they get them a little off. When they go and pull that one into the brace there, they want to set their feet just not quite perfect for me. If we could fix that, that exhibitor probably could move up and go ahead and push our champion pretty well. We got another exhibitor out here that, man, their eye contact and intensity when they come into the ring is second to none. I mean, when we were doing our initial drive out here in the beginning, we had to wait for a rabbit exhibitor, and I remember them standing over there at the entrance gate just watching me the entire time. That type of intensity and eye contact, guys, you can't teach. That's just all natural. But for me today, he's not quite as smooth. Young lady right here is going to be reserved. Young man's going to be third. Young lady here will be fourth, does an awesome, awesome job. She just ran into some really good exhibitors. I need just a little bit more intensity out of her, get her goat set just a little bit faster. But all these kids did an awesome job. Give these kids a big round of applause.
All right, congratulations, everybody. That's our intermediate meat goat fitting and showing, and our sixth place will be Cameron Barnhart. Our fifth place is Ella Johnson. In fourth, we have Courtney Ross. In third, we have Cruz Knopp. And our reserve champion today is Emerson Thompson. And our grand champion intermediate showman and coming back for our champion of champions for the round robin will be Sophia Zentner. Congratulations. Good job, everyone. It'll be just a minute before we get our senior show class going. We have to switch some goats here. All right, we're ready to go with our seniors. They're coming in the ring without even being asked. Look at that. So we need Gabrielle Zentner, Ellie Berger, Hayden Johnson, Jaron Knopp, Lexi Berger, Carlene Ross, Kiala Archer, and Cooper Ross. And this is your class.
Tell you guys what, I hope all the younger exhibitors are up here watching, because every one of these showmen out here are worth watching, because these guys are absolutely incredible. Give these guys a big round of applause. You know, I'm really glad that I went ahead and pulled this many back for this drive here, because I think every one of these kids, you could talk me into going ahead and using them to win the whole deal. I think every one of them has things they do extremely, extremely good. There's just some of them that do things not quite as good as others, and that's why they're landed over here. Nothing against you guys. You guys are really, really good showmen. You guys just aren't quite as smooth and don't have them quite set as consistent as these kids over here. With that being said, there's one person that, man, they are just so dead consistent out here. They get those feet set square up front every single time, and I absolutely love the way they position themselves around the front side of that goat and how effortless they make it look when they're holding that thing and keeping that thing propped up. For me today, we're going to go out here and we're going to shake your champion. I think they kind of run away with it. Young lady right here is going to be your champion. I thought it got really close for reserve and third. I think there's two exhibitors out here that do a really, really good job. They actually complement our champion very well. They're just not quite as quick and smooth. She makes it look very effortless. When she pulls that goat into the lineup, she never has to push that goat over. She pulls that thing in and sets it right up. For you guys might want to just watch her do that just a little bit, because she sets that thing square every time. The thing that kind of makes the difference here for me is there's one that's just a little bit faster at getting her goat set. She gets that thing set every time. She does an awesome job. Young lady right here is going to be your reserve. Young lady behind her here is going to go ahead and be third. Thinks she does an awesome, awesome job. That goat just doesn't want to set quite as quick. Young man, you do a stellar job. Actually, when we brought you originally in, I figured you'd be farther down the line. You came out here ready to play. You earned your fourth spot. Nice job. Exhibitors over here I thought did a stellar job. Young lady here in the purple that's going to be fifth. That goat just doesn't quite want to set up and brace how I'd like it. If she could get that one to brace and set up there just a little bit different, I'd really could move her further up. Young lady next in line, that goat just doesn't really want to work with her tonight. She's having to work a little extra hard compared to our other exhibitors, and it's wanting to move around. Young man there, you do an awesome job. Initially, I thought you were going to be over here at least in the top three, but it's when you pull that goat in, you got to shove him over to get him set. Every time. So if we can work on that just a little bit, I think we'll be really good. Young man, your goat just doesn't want to work with you today. Awesome job. Give these kids a big round of applause. This is a really good show, guys.
All right, congratulations, everybody. Wonderful, wonderful showmanship here in the senior division, in all the divisions, actually. So we have Cooper Ross, then Hayden Johnson, Kiala Archer. Then in fifth, we have Carlene Ross. Our fourth place winner today is Jaron Knopp. In third place, we have Ellie Berger. Our reserve champion today is Lexi Berger. And our grand champion senior showman is Gabby Zentner. Congratulations, everyone. Now we need our grand champion showman for our seniors and intermediates and juniors to find out who goes to round robin. So we need all of you folks back in the ring, please. Paisley Bardwell, Sophia Zentner, and Gabby Zentner. Okay, we're ready to pick our round robin champions. So we need Gabby Zentner, Sophia Zentner, and Paisley Bardwell, please.
I tell you guys what, I'd trade places with about anyone out there if they want to come out here and decide this, because holy smokes is it close. These three exhibitors right here are really, really, really good. They're very flawless. Every one of them is super good in terms of eye contact and intensity. All three are super smooth on getting them things set. To be honest, I think it's splitting hairs on which way you want to go. I think we have two exhibitors in my mind that it's kind of coming down between. The one probably would have had it won already had she not came out here and did exactly what I said she did awesome in Division 4. She came out here and she shoved her goat over. She didn't do that the entire time. That's why I walked him again to see if she'd do it again. Luckily for her, she didn't do it again, so she saved herself a bit. The problem is there's another person out here that's doing an absolute stellar job. So really it kind of comes to personal preference. For me, even with that little bit of a mistake, I think that person's just ultra, ultra smooth the way they navigate the front of that goat. There's another exhibitor that definitely gets maybe into their goat a little bit more, but for me, this young lady right here is too smooth to beat. For reserve, there was another young lady out here that I thought, was really, really close, almost got her. But for me, she just kind of got to shuffle around the front of that goat because she's braced in there so hard. Young lady right here is going to be reserve.
All right, congratulations, everybody. So our overall meet goat showman will be Gabrielle Zentner going to round robin Saturday evening. Sorry, I have microphone issues here. Our reserve will be Sophia Zentner. Thank you very much, everyone. It was a great show. You all did super, super well. And we'll see you next year. Oh, yes. And we are ready for our FFA show. Sorry about that. Not ready. So, are we ready to go? We need Olivia Barnhart and Cooper Ross.
Two very good showmen we have out here. I think both do an absolutely great job. It's neat to have this FFA division here. Hopefully it continues to grow. I think we have two kids that definitely represent that very well out here. For me, however, there's one kid out here that I believe just kind of gets a little faster in terms of its setup, gets it set a little square, does a really nice job at maneuvering around the front of that goat. Young man's going to be your champion. Young lady's going to be reserved.
Congratulations, FFA kids. That's great. So our grand champion and going to round robin will be Cooper Ross, and our reserve champion is Olivia Barnhart. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. Let's get ready to show some hogs. Welcome to the 2022 North Idaho Fair 4-H Market Swine Fitting and Showing Finals. We get juniors to the holding pens. And those juniors tonight will include Layla Deeds from the Prairie Wranglers, Isaac Green, Ramsey Raiders, Paisley Bardwell, Ramsey Raiders, and Ty Knopp, Ramsey Raiders. Liam Otto, Pacific Northwest Showman, Parker Rosenberger, Northwest Rangers, Juliana Rude, Sparkles and Spurs, Lincoln Babb, Northwest Rangers, Shelby Roberg, Ramsey Raiders, and Andrew Nicholson, Ramsey Raiders. It took them 6 months to get to this point. They did it through the snow, through the heat, through all of it. They cleaned shavings, and all of them answered the same question 100 times. And that question is, have you fed your pig yet? And here we are. Let's do it. And there they are, folks. There's your junior showman. Give them a hand. It's the cream of the crop.
I tell you guys what, this is an absolutely phenomenal group of young showmen we have out here. I don't care where you go in the country, all 5 of these kids could go and compete. There is kids out here that are light years beyond their age here on their ring awareness and ring smartness. I tell you what, these kids are that good. The kids down here in the line are just as good, but these 5 out here are good enough to go anywhere, and you guys just ran into some really good kids. However, for me, there's one person out here that, man, ever since they hit the ring in the initial heat earlier today, they're the only kid I can think of all day. They've done an absolute stellar job. They separate themselves from the pack. Their eye contact and intensity is second to none. I tell you what, this kid can show pigs for me any day. I'll drive across the country to drop him off. Young man right there is going to win. There's another person out here for reserve that I thought pushed him very, very hard. However, for this young person, unfortunately, they do a little bit of what my little sister does at home. When they come out of the gate, man, they get that pig. They're so focused on getting that thing dialed in. They get a little aggressive and a little fast with that whip. That first initial impression, when you're trying to get that thing rolling and you start whipping it a bunch, I need you to just slow down, relax a little bit. But I tell you what, she does an absolute phenomenal job. Young lady right here is going to be reserved. For third and fourth, I do think it does get a little bit closer here. I think there's 2 individuals that are very, very similar. Both of them are flawless. Both of them are really good in their eye contact. Both of them know exactly where they need to be in terms of their pig. For me, there's one that just keeps a little bit more cool, calm, and consistent, and then there's one that's just got a little bit faster pace. For me today, the pace is going to win. Young lady right here is going to be third. For fourth, it's going to be the young lady over here in the purple. Thinks she has an awesome ring presence, does a really nice job. Young man here with the blue gilt to round out our top 5. I tell you what, you want a kid that's calm, cool, consistent, always there? There he is. Give that young man a big round of applause.
And your top 5 junior showmen. In 5th place, we had Isaac Green from Ramsey Raiders. In 4th, it was Paisley Bardwell, Ramsey Raiders. Your 3rd place showman was Layla Deeds from the Prairie Wranglers. Your reserve champion is Parker Rosenberger from Northwest Rangers. And your 2022 fitting and showing junior champion is Tying Up from the Ramsey Raiders. Let's get our intermediates. Intermediates to the holding pins. And your intermediates for your final drive include Cruz Knopp from the Ramsey Raiders, Tristan Packford from the Prairie Wranglers, Mackenzie Thornton, Northwest Rangers, Bristol Burnside, Sparkles and Spurs, Cameron Deeds, Prairie Wranglers, Avery Deeds, Prairie Wranglers, Cameron Barnhart, Wild Westerners, Landon Cedarblum, Ramsey Raiders, Sophia Zettner from Northwest Rangers, Hazel Zender, Northwest Rangers, Vincent Paliotto from the Ramsey Raiders, Kiana Peterson, Whistle Stop, Landon Oxenrider from Sparkles and Spurs. We have Cade Knopp from the Ramsey Raiders, Caden Oxenrider from Sparkles and Spurs, Matthew Green from the Ramsey Raiders, Peyton Young, Sparkles and Spurs, and Courtney Ross from the Wild Westerners. I tell you what, they could have done anything this summer. They could have been at the beach. They could have been at Silverwood, but these kids spent it in the barn. They're fired up and ready to go. So let's hear it for them. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a fine-looking group of intermediate showmen. Let them hear it.
Well, let's give it up for all these exhibitors. A really, really good set of showmen here. We kind of got it whittled down here to these top 5 here. I think all 5 of these kids do an exceptional job. Eye contact and intensity when they first come out the gate is really, really good. Every one of them, when I walked across the ring and turned around, was there. They were coming right at me. All of them found the holes. There's one, however, that, man, they may not have been the first one to me every single time, but they hit the hole every single time. They kind of sneak up on you because, I tell you what, they're so consistent, you forget they're there. The problem is every time you turn around, they are there. This person, I mean, absolute phenomenal job. Kept the best pace out here in the class, hands down for me. Knows exactly what they need to do to maneuver that pig. I mean, they hit every hole. They are dead nuts when they do it. In fact, I bet you money right now he turns and hits the hole now. Right here. I thought for reserve and third, there was 2 people out here that, man, if we could get them to move just with a little bit more pace, could have pushed our champion very easily. However, for both of them, both their pigs are getting a little tired. They've been shown hard the last 2 days. So I tell you what, I'm not going to hold it against them too much because they're both phenomenal showmen. Young man with a black hog is going to be reserved. Like I said, it was really close between reserve and third. There's another exhibitor that their pig's just giving them a little bit of fits. If you can pick up the pace, young man, you win this deal. For fourth and fifth, I thought both of these young people did a phenomenal job. Both of them are out here because they can drive a hog. For me, there's one that just remained a little bit more calm, cool, and consistent. There's one that just, man, if I could get them to do a little bit more eye contact and just relax and feel like they belong out here, they could be fourth. But today, the young lady's going to be fourth, young man's going to be fifth.
Your 2022 Intermediate Fitting and Showing Hog Champion is Avery Deeds, Prairie Wranglers. Your reserve champion is Cruz Knopp from the Ramsey Raiders. Coming in third, we have Landon Cedarbloom, Ramsey Raiders. Your fourth place showman, Mackenzie Thornton, Northwest Rangers. And bringing up fifth, Matthew Greed from the Ramsey Raiders. Seniors to the holding pens. And as these seniors get ready to come out and show, a couple things to keep in mind. Some of these kids have full-time jobs. Some of these kids spent their summer in the wrestling room, on the basketball court, on the football field. Some of them have started college. Some of them are first year seniors. Some of them are just wrapping it all up right now. But I can tell you what, almost every one of them started their day with a pig and ended their day with a pig all summer long. Right now, their hair is perfect, their makeup is good, and they're going to hug some buckles and some banners. Let's give it up for our senior showman. And we're going to bring it in with Riley Berger from the Prairie Wranglers, Pfeiffer Rosenberger, Northwest Rangers, Maddie Andrus from the Ramsey Rangers, Caitlin Miller, Northwest Rangers, Taylor Howe, Prairie Wranglers, Ellie Dirks, Northwest Rangers, Jaron Knopp, Ramsey Raiders, Kyle Taylor, Ramsey Raiders, Owen Forsman, Sparkles and Spurs, Caden Peterson from Whistle Stop, Christian Davis from Sparkles and Spurs, Lucy Johnson, Kootenai County Showman, Cole Andrus from the Ramsey Raiders, Samantha Sprakes from your Northwest Rangers, Paul Shaner, Kootenai County Showman, Ty Davis, Northwest Rangers, Dylan Joe Lovett, Northwest Rangers, and Joseph Borges from your Sparkles and Spurs. Those are your senior showmen. Ladies and, ladies and gentlemen, your seniors.
sure the mic's going. Got me muted? We're good now. Perfect.
Hello, everybody. My name is Pfeiffer Rosenberger. I am from Northwest Rangers. My plan in the future is to continue showing livestock and do livestock judging and also show calves as I continue out my high school years. And my favorite fair memory was probably the first time that I won my junior showmanship belt buckle with one of my favorite barrows I've ever shown.
My name is Dylan Lovett, and I'm in Northwest Rangers. And after this year, I plan on going to college and studying business. And my favorite fair memory is just spending time with my friends that also show livestock and getting to show them together.
Hi, my name's Paul Shaner. I'm from Kootenai County Showman. My plans after high school is to go to college and pursue livestock judging. And my favorite fair memories is probably the late night dances we had.
Hello everyone, my name is Jaron Knopp. I am part of the Ramsey Raiders 4-H club. I am planning to pursue a career in cardiothoracic surgery in college in my future. Other than that, I'd rather be a Air Force pilot, but it is not likely that will happen. My favorite 4-H memory is when I won my first belt buckle here in North Idaho State, at our North Idaho State County Fair, and thank you very much.
Nice work. Last but not least.
Hi, my name is Ellie Dirks. I'm from Northwest Rangers, and my plan for the future is to probably go to college for business, and my favorite 4-H memory is probably the dances with my friends.
Alrighty, guys, so I think we have an absolute stellar group of 5 out here. It made it a little more challenging because we had to send one exhibitor back that, man, I had pegged to win this deal. That guilt, I tell you what, that guilt is a pain in my butt today. But these exhibitors out here were pushing that young man just as hard, so I'm really happy with the 5 we have out here. Let's fire them up one more time, guys. I tell you guys what, showmanship is very, very important to me. As an old washed-up showman myself that prided myself on showmanship, and as a breeder, I think showmanship is very, very important. I know some people will poo-poo showmanship a little bit because, you know, it's not the market show. But for me, showmanship matters just as much. As a washed-up showman, it matters for bragging rights, and it proves that you guys did all the work at home. Showmanship's won at home. You can't convince me otherwise. The other thing is, as a breeder, I want kids like you guys showing my best ones because you guys get them shown. You guys know what you need to do. I think every one of these kids and every kid we've had through the ring thus far the last 2 days could do that very well. For me, however, there's one person out here that, man, when they came in, eye contact and intensity, second to none. They fixed the one thing I critiqued them on when we brought them out in that final this final heat compared to their first heat. All I said on the mic earlier was, you know, they did an awesome job at coming in the ring, but I'm not quite sure I'd have done it that way, but they made it look smooth enough. For me, they listened. I'm glad to hear kids are listening out here. Young lady right here is going to be your champion. After that, I think it gets very, very tight. I think you could go a lot of different ways out here. But for me, there's one other person that's just stayed more calm, cool, and consistent the entire time. And I tell you what, I wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley because I think they'd kick my butt. Young lady right here is going to be reserved. Like I said, it was very, very close from there on down. For me, there's another exhibitor that, man, that barrow's starting to wear down, but he has never, ever gave up. He's kept that thing driving. Young man right here is going to be third. There's another person out here that I think is very, very good, super calm and consistent. I tell you what, they said that they weren't sure they could be an Air Force pilot. I bet they can. Young man right here is going to be fourth. taking nothing away from the young lady that's going to round out the top 5. The only thing I'd change is we got to get that one moving a little faster. You're so calm, cool, and collected. We got to go a little faster. Nice work.
And that is it for your senior showman. Your 2022 Senior Showman Champion, Dylan Joe Lovett, Northwest Rangers. Your reserve champion, Pfeiffer Rosenberger, Northwest Rangers. Coming in third, Paul Shaner, Kootenai County Showman. Number 4, Jaron Knopp, Ramsey Raiders. And our fifth place showman tonight is Ellie Dirks, Northwest Rangers. Those are your seniors, folks. Give them a hand. No, just a quick thank you to our coach, or to our judge. Overall, to the holding pins. And followed by overall, 4-H overall, we will have FFA. Your 4-H class champs to the holding pins. Tying up Ramsey Raiders. We have intermediate champion Avery Deeds, Prairie Wranglers. And your junior champion, Dylan Joe Lovett, Northwest Rangers.
We've worked these pigs pretty hard today, so I'm not going to take real long to work all these. And to be quite honest with you guys, this deal was over a long, long time ago. There's one exhibitor that, man, when they hit the ring, I kind of gave it away earlier. I think they're really, really good. I know that barrow's starting to kind of blow up. I don't care if he's the youngest one. He's going to go ahead and be your grand champion here. Taking nothing away from our reserve and third here, I think both of you guys do an absolutely stellar, stellar job. I tell you what, though, that young man just has that presence about him. For reserve, though, I do think it gets very, very close. We got one that probably matches our champion a little bit more in terms of intensity. We got another one that I think is just so calm, cool, collected, finds those holes, does what he needs to do. But for me, I like a bunch of intensity. Young lady's going to be reserve. Young man's going to be third.
And your overall champion is tying up from your Ramsey Raiders. Overall reserve, Dylan Joe Lovett, Northwest Rangers. And your third overall is Avery Deeds, Prairie Wranglers. Congratulations. And we need FFA to the holding pins. Claire Kelly, Lakeland FFA, Cooper Ross, Timberlake FFA, and Carlene Ross, Timberlake FFA. Ladies and gentlemen, we're seeing a little bit of history here tonight. We will see our first FFA champion crowned at the North Idaho Fair right here tonight. Here's your FFA showman. Let him hear it.
Who you are, okay, what club or what FFA chapter, where you're from, what your future plans are, favorite fair memory.
All right. Hi guys, my name is Cooper Ross. I'm from Timberlake FFA. I'm planning on going to U of I, pursuing an ag education degree next fall. And my favorite memory This is this moment right now.
Hi, my name is Carlene Ross. I'm going to be a junior at Timberlake High School. My plans after high school is to go to college for some sort of agricultural education, to either be a teacher or go into some sort of livestock plan. And then my favorite memory is probably being told that we're allowed to show as FFA at the state fair.
Hi, my name's Claire Kelly, and I'm part of the Lakeland FFA. My plans after high school are to advocate for the ag industry and to become a lawyer for the ag businesses and protect their policies. One of my favorite memories in the FFA is probably just enjoying and going to all of the conventions, and especially the state convention, and to have this opportunity to show is like one of the most favorite memories I could ever ask for.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I think this is really cool that we have this group of showmen out here. I tell you what, all three of these do a really, really good job. I think all three could have fit right into the other senior division here. Give all these kids a big round of applause. This is the last time I'll come to the mic, so I'm just going to say thank you first of all, guys. This experience coming out here and judging has been absolutely incredible. Between the crew that's put this on and the people out here in the ring and the kids and all the crowd, I tell you what, it makes me want to come back to Idaho any day. So thank you guys very much. For me, however, there's one person out here that, man, to be able to keep it calm, cool, and collected after your barrow does several laps around the ring, very impressive. She's the best showman. She's going to be your champion. Young man's going to be reserved. Young lady's going to be third.
And your FFA champion, Claire Kelly, Lakeland FFA. Your reserve, Cooper Ross, Timberlake FFA. And third, Carlene Ross, Timberlake FFA. Thank you, Judge Littlefield. Thank you, fans and family, getting these kids here. You go grow them so we can bring them back and show them next year. I'm Lonnie Lovett. I'm out.